takes her job very seriously. But that doesn't mean she takes herself too seriously. When she's not at the office, she loves to laugh and sees herself as a perpetual child at heart. She also loves chocolate, like a lot. Giving speech number 10, Inspire Your Audience, from the Competent Communicator Manual, our next speaker, Rachel Drew Tamori, presents The Golden Ticket. The Golden Ticket.
The movie, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, is full of twists and surprises. It's also chock full of life lessons, not to mention full of chocolate. Fellow Toastmasters, most esteemed guests, hold your breath, make a wish, count to 3, come with me into Willy Wonka's world of pure imagination. The movie Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory teaches us a lot of things. It teaches us, first of all, how to behave. It's a cautionary tale of sorts, not just for children, but also for adults. Now, for those of you who are not familiar with the movie, quick synopsis, and I'm referencing the original Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory with Gene Wilder. There are 5 children in the movie who were lucky enough to find a coveted golden ticket in their chocolate bar. And the bearer of a golden ticket is entitled to a tour of Willy Wonka's famously private chocolate factory, as well as a lifetime supply of chocolate. But not everyone passes the test. A little bit of movie trivia. First deadly sin, gluttony. Who can tell me the name of the character who, while drinking out of the chocolate fountain, falls in, gets sucked up through a tube, and ends up in the fudge factory? Brett.
Augustus Gloop.
Augustus Gloop. Augustus Gloop. His story teaches us practice moderation. Second deadly sin, greed. Who can tell me the name of the bratty little girl who thinks money can buy everything, including happiness? In fact, she wants the world and she wants it now. Greg Mathis. Veruca Salt. Her story teaches us money can't buy happiness. And with too much greed, it will turn us all into a bad egg. Third deadly sin, not listening. Who can tell me the name of the character who is a know-it-all? She loves chewing gum, and so much so that she snatches gum out of Willy Wonka's hand, even though he warns her that the recipe is not complete. She chews it and turns into a giant blueberry. Patrick.
Violet Beauregard.
Violet Beauregard. Her story teaches us that listening can be more important than speaking, which is very important to all of us here at Toastmasters. The fourth deadly sin, addiction to technology. Who can tell me the name of the character who is so addicted to TV that his mother brags, he's never eaten dinner at the dinner table. He only takes his dinner on the couch. Brian Tamori.
Mike TV.
Mike TV. Mike TV is so addicted to television. But what's a more modern day equivalent? Being addicted to smartphones, exactly. And lastly, who can tell me the name of the child who wins the grand prize?
Charlie.
Jessica.
Charlie.
Charlie Bucket. Yes. Now, as far so as far as what Charlie Bucket represents, I'll get to that in a minute. Not only does this movie teach us how to behave and how not to behave, it teaches us something bigger than that. It teaches us that if we can dream it, we can do it. And never, ever lose your childish enthusiasm. One of my favorite scenes in the movie, the cast is walking down a narrow hallway, and on the walls of the hallway, there is wallpaper with fruit on it. And when I was a kid, I wanted to be in this hall so bad because of what happens next. Willy Wonka tells the children and their parents to lick the wallpaper. And he says, the strawberries taste like strawberries. The snozberries taste like snozberries. And that bratty little girl says, snozberries? Who's ever heard of a snozberry? And Willy Wonka says, come in close. He says, we are the music makers, and we are the dreamers of dreams. Do you want to know the rest of it? Fellow Toastmasters, we are the music makers. We are the dreamers of dreams. Wandering by, lone sea breakers, world losers, world forsakers, upon whom the pale moon gleams, we are the movers and the shakers. Or the world, it seems. That's just one stanza from the poet Arthur O'Shaughnessy. But what does it mean? What is that supposed to mean? Why does he say that? Fellow Toastmaster Brian Tamori gave us a great quote a few weeks ago when he was giving a talk about creativity. He said, creative adults are the children who survived. That's what that poem means to me. And that's what the main character in the movie Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, Charlie Bucket, that's who he means to me. He's the only child in the whole movie who's not a spoiled, rotten brat, right? He represents hope and creativity. And even though he's poor and he doesn't come from much, he believes in himself. He knows he's the creator of his own universe. He's in control of his destiny. And he always tries to do the right thing, even when no one is watching. Which brings me to my third and final point. Remember, Willy Wonka, he only wants to give away the chocolate factory to someone with integrity, someone who is pure and good like a child. And he sets up a test. He creates this candy that no matter how long you suck on it, it never gets any smaller. It's called the Everlasting Gobstopper. And every child with a golden ticket gets one. But at the end of the movie, even when Charlie Bucket thinks he's lost the grand prize, what does he do? Does anyone remember what he does?
He gives Wonka the gobstopper.
He gives it back, which is so significant because Wonka had said, my nemesis Slugworth would do anything and pay anything to get his hands on my secret recipe. But in doing the right thing, what happens? Charlie Bucket wins everything. He wins the chocolate factory. So tonight, I've given you all a little piece of chocolate and I've given you all a golden ticket. And on the back of the golden ticket are all the lessons that we've learned tonight from this movie. First, practice moderation. Second, remember that money does not buy happiness. Third, remember that listening can be more important than speaking. Fourth, put your technology down, go outside, get fresh air. Fifth, never, ever lose your childlike enthusiasm. And lastly, always try to do the right thing, especially when no one is watching. My fellow Toastmasters, if you try to follow these golden rules on these golden ticket, I promise you, you're well on your way to a lifetime supply of happiness.